Əziz tamaşaçılar, burada bizim dostumuz Майяmidən gəlib. Deməli, ilk dəfədir Azərbaycandadır. Öz təsəvvüratlarını bölüşəcək bizimlə. Burada Qəbələyə gəlib, açılıq mərkəzinə, klubuna burada iştirak etmişdir çempionatda və indi biz ondan soruşacağıq ki, o nə düşünür Qəbələ və Bakı haqqında. So, Tony, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, so please share your impressions about these two cities that you visited recently in Gabala and Baku. So,
Two very different cities.
two very different cities. Why is so different? And share your impressions as well.
Baku, I guess I should say. I've only spent a day here so far, but it really is a first world, first class city. Gabala, still much smaller, very much still developing. They have a first class shooting facility, I can tell you that much. The Gabala Shooting Club, where the World Cup was held, where we were, is an absolutely first-rate facility that has all the different Olympic disciplines.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
So, what about the social life there? And have you witnessed any some problems or misunderstandings or troubles?
Well, we were, I guess, being involved with the World Cup there. We're kind of sheltered from the probably, I guess, everyday, the real world issues, I suppose, that there may or may not be in Gabala. From what we did see, or what I was, or not we, I say I was exposed to. I think the only real difficulty I had probably was language barrier, but I suppose that's kind of to be expected. In
where?
A foreign country.
In the town, or in the hotel, or in the shooting club? Where?
All of them.
All of them. Even in the hotel. Really?
Even in the hotel.
Where did you stay in the Gabala?
I stayed at it was called the Kafkaz Sport Hotel.
So you had some difficulty, language barriers in the hotel?
It wasn't that easy communicating with the staff there. Luckily, I had a very good helper, you.
Really?
To help whenever I needed something important. I would call you, and you would get my point across, I guess, to them. But yeah, not.
I'm really surprised to hear that. Yes, because in a city or with a community, I can accept that. But in hotel, we should work on it. We should really work on it in terms of service provided.
Yeah, I'd say I've traveled a fair bit of the world, and it was probably one of the more difficult experiences as far as communicating.
Okay. And then today you arrived to Baku, and you've been visiting the parts of the city, and you've been exploring more. What can you tell about this city?
It's unbelievable. Absolutely gorgeous city. It's very clean. The architecture is beautiful. Lots of plazas, lots of parks, lots of green. I mean, you see people. It seems like a very safe city.
Yes.
I guess I've seen some police, but you don't see very much police, which I always think is kind of a good sign in a big city. When there's a lot of people out and about, and you don't see a lot of police. Clearly, they feel safe walking around. In Gabala, I saw a lot of. I never felt unsafe in Gabala, but we did see a lot of police. I imagine that was probably the organizing committee.
Champion World Cup.
Exactly. They wanted to make us feel extra safe.
That's normal.
Again, yeah. I don't think anybody had any issues there, or anybody felt unsafe. I know I certainly never felt unsafe. Maybe part of that is that we all have shotguns, but
Yeah, of course.
No, there wasn't.
What do you think about the people in the you saw in the streets in Baku? What do you think about the citizens, about this community? What do you think about these kind of things?
I guess in the one day, limited interactions that I had, everybody was very friendly and courteous.
And what about have you tried the food and you tried?
All the food I've had here in Baku, again, just one day, but it was excellent. I ate at last night when I arrived. I ate at the Sky Grill, I believe it's called, on the 23rd or 24th floor of the Hilton Baku, and the lamb kebab that I had was excellent. And then, it was so good that I had another one today, but at a different restaurant in the old city, and that was also
Nice.
it was very nice, very nice. Beautiful views everywhere.
So the roads are.
The roads are great. The roads are great. I mean, I guess I live in Miami, but I am from, I represent Paraguay in shooting, and I'm not going to say bad things about my country ever, because I am very proud, but I think anybody who's been to Paraguay or is from there will freely admit that if there's one thing that could use a lot of work are the roads. The roads are terrible. They're potholes. Whenever it rains very hard, there's more potholes. It floods a lot.
How about Miami?
Miami has nice roads. Miami has good roads. No complaints about the roads there.
What about the weather?
Bad traffic in Miami.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How about the weather?
The weather in Miami, it's similar to here, except it's a whole lot more humid in Miami. A lot more humid in Miami. Here it's dry. I personally prefer higher temperature here, but dry, versus a little bit lower temperature in Miami, but very humid. So in Miami, we wouldn't be able, we'd be uncomfortable sitting outside right now. We would be sweating a lot.
What do you reckon? What this country misses in terms of tourism or services, or what do you what would you recommend to develop in this industry, tourism industry, that you would be happy to see next time you arrive to Baku or to any other city of Azerbaijan?
Well, I guess at the risk of sounding, of sounding ignorant, but I'll still say I would like to see, at least in, the hotels, the airports, etc., more people speaking English. That would be nicer, or just, I guess, some language other than Azerbaijani, which is obviously very limited to Azerbaijan, as far as I know. And other than that, I think, Azerbaijan, or at least Baku, really is just it's one, people just need to find out about it. I think a lot of people just don't know, and if they knew, certainly from the States, it's kind of a long way, but from anywhere in Europe, I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to come visit here.
Before visiting this country, did you do some survey or some researchers upon this country? And after arriving, what was your expectations? So can you compare it before and after? Let's say.
Well, I guess research I did was just I didn't do that much research, but just looking at, I wanted to know about the country that I was coming to. For example, what currency do they use there? What language do they speak there? What
basic thing.
Right, what side of the road do they drive on? Because I'm going to rent a car when I get there. So everything was basically as expected. As I read on there, I learned about the little bit of the history of Azerbaijan and when it got its independence from the Soviet Union, when its most recent constitution was ratified, things of that nature. Then I did research on Gabala specifically, since that's where I was going to be, and it was actually very difficult. I didn't find very much information on Gabala specifically.
So lack of information.
Well, on Gabala, again, I think it's just because for the most part, it's probably a relatively new.
No, more information about touristy places.
Yeah, there was more information. I mean, about Baku, you could find out anything you want about Baku.
What's the spectacular moments or parts of Baku that you remembered and stick in your mind?
I think it was last night when I came in. I was very, very tired. When I checked in, it was about 11 or 11:30 at night, and I was starving. And I went up to the restaurant, and I sit outside and watching the I guess I want to say light show, but the show on the flame towers is spectacular. And this is coming from Miami, which has its own.
Do they have their own towers?
Well, they don't have their own flame towers, but they have, several buildings that are very well lit up, and the Miami skyline is kind of defined by some of those buildings. And
so flame towers.
No comparison to the flame towers.
All right, yeah.
When it started filling up with water, and then it fills up with water and a bubble starts coming up, I mean.
It's amazing.
It is. It really is.
So
I got videos of all of it.
Good. You're gonna share it on Facebook?
Yeah, I have. I've already sent it to a lot of people, actually.
So, would you recommend to your friends, relatives to come to visit Baku?
Yes, absolutely, and I have already.
Yes. Good. So again, welcome to Baku.
It's been great. Thank you very much.
Yes, we're a hospitable nation.
Very.
We welcome everyone, and we're gonna work on our disadvantages and cons to improve our level of services and tourism area especially. So thank you all for your feedbacks. It's very valuable for us. We should consider this for improving our services further on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.